Okay, there we are. Hello, hello. Hi, William again. Hello, everyone. This is gonna be like the last session we're gonna have. It's been quite a very nice day for me, because I had a chance to connect with people who I admire their job and their jobs and their content. But in your case, it's just like so meaningful because with what I read from Forbes Inc., different newsletters and magazines, and you were all over the place. That's how I started my business. That's how I started to empower myself as an HR professional. And now I'm on the other side of the table where I don't have an HR position. I mean, an HR manager position, but I have more than that. I need to work on my personal branding more than ever, but not only for me. And that's a message I want you to please share with everyone. I tried to convince them, but I guess I'm not doing my best job there. They need to be aware about how important it is. So, William, I will appreciate if you could introduce yourself. But not we know. I mean, we should know who's William. Plus, I will send the website here, his own personal website. But who is William behind all these personal branding topics?
Well, first of all, Angie, thanks for having me as part of your series and for spreading the word to people in the community. It's really, really valuable and important. And so I'm delighted to have you as a colleague and thrilled that you're doing such great work. And you know what? I like you. I learned about personal branding actually from Tom Peters from the article in 1997 in July. And that day, I read the article, I put it down, and I said, I'm going to start the first ever personal branding company. And voila, now I have been in the field of personal branding longer than anyone on earth. And this is my 20th year. November 3rd is the 20th anniversary of the launch of my first personal branding company. So it's a really
Wow.
exciting time. Yeah. And I will tell you, the the book Digital You, a lot of people think I have some kind of weird insight because I wrote it, and in the book I say,
Nine.
well, someday your life is going to move entirely online, and 4 months later everyone's life moved entirely online. Obviously I had no idea what was going to happen, just incredible luck. And that my book came out with the kind of the guidance and what you need to be able to make that happen. So really it's just like incredible fortunate things. I things happen like that all the time. They always work out in a really positive way.
Yes, I'm pretty sure it did because in your case, you, as I said, you were, as I was telling you behind before we went live, you're so you're such a visionary. I mean, regarding personal branding, you are not afraid to say what you think it's coming. Obviously, you never thought about coming it so fast. 4 months
Yeah.
later after you published it, probably it was disruptive to talk about it. And maybe something like COVID would have happened, or maybe thank God, it would never happen. But it's something that everyone should know about. I don't know if you've noticed, like there's like a LinkedIn effect. Everyone on LinkedIn, like people who were not that friendly user with LinkedIn, they started posting and posting and activating their branding. And I think it's great. I mean, but it's not about what you showcase to the public. It's more than that. There's an exercise. It's not that easy to then be vulnerable in front of people. There are like different things that we need to keep in mind in order to finally, take that step and continue with it, to be in a long-term relationship with the public, right? So what would you consider that are those baby steps that people like HR professionals should do? And I would also tell you that sometimes HR managers who are dependent worker, in our culture, we sometimes think that if we spend too much time on LinkedIn, people will think that they're looking for another job, and that's not really the answer to it. But they're afraid to do that because of what people may think.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna put that idea out of
Oh,
everyone's
hold.
head right
Okay.
now.
All
Here's
right.
the
Go
thing:
ahead.
if you think that LinkedIn is a place you go to look for a job, you are living in 2003. That means the Concorde is still flying. Friends is the #1 TV show. It's really it's decades ago. It is behind us. The thing that LinkedIn is about today. It's the place that you make your first impression, the place you introduce yourself to others, the place you do your job better, the place you show your loyalty to your company, and the place you learn and grow. And all of the features that LinkedIn has added over the last 10 or 12 years or so have been around that. So, sure, you can still go there if you're looking for a job, but really today it's evolved to something so much bigger and so much more. That's the first thing I'll say. The second thing I'll say is I think HR managers need to be on LinkedIn more than anyone else because right
And why is that? Why?
uh,
Why?
well, here this is the opportunity. So a lot of HR managers feel like they don't have a seat at the strategy table. A lot of companies don't take HR as seriously as they should and whatnot. Right now, every single thing that's happening has to do with HR. Number one, employee burnout. Right. Number two, this we're looking at a screen all day. Zoom fatigue. Number three, the Great Resignation. How are we going to
Mm-hmm.
retain, engage, and keep staff? There's going to be the great hiring. That's all part of HR. Everything right now, how do you take humans and take them out of this real environment where they're connecting with each other and move them into a virtual environment? What are the things we need to do to help our people? Human resources is about humans. And right now, humans are struggling in this new environment. So the number one most important role in any organization right now, any organization that really cares about their people, is HR. So this is the time to shine. And so that's the second thing I'll
It's
say.
showtime. It's showtime for us.
Exactly. It's HR. Your time has come. And if you can either miss this opportunity, like let it go by, or you can build your brand right now. The third thing I want to say is when you post things in LinkedIn, it's clear to people if you're looking for a job or if you're delivering value and sharing your point of view and building your thought leadership. So if you are the HR manager who is all concerned about what you need to do to make people feel comfortable in this virtual environment, and you write articles about that, or you share curated articles and you add your point of view to that, you are making content that's going to help further what you believe visible to a larger community of people. And in doing that, you're delivering value. So before you post anything into LinkedIn, whether it's an article or just curating some content or putting something in an update, you're going to ask yourself this one question: will this be valuable to the people I seek to impact and influence? And if the answer is yes, then share it. And over time, you become known as this incredibly generous person, right? It's not about if you're on the narcissistic side of the scale where like let me tell everyone how great I am and I'm gonna that's going to work against you. But if you're on the altruistic side of the scale where you say, I am giving value, I'm taking the time to put this in LinkedIn and to add my point of view because I think this is going to be helpful to others, that is an act of generosity. It's a demonstration of your thought leadership and your point of view and your opinion, and it's an opportunity to connect with more people. And our success in life with the Lone Ranger syndrome doesn't work, right? It's all about connecting with others, and LinkedIn affords you that opportunity. Okay, I'm getting off my soapbox now.
Wow, I mean, you're on fire, and thank God you're not you're not standing up because then you probably be like, your body is talking to us.
Can I tell you why I'm not standing up? I'm actually, this is at the end of my day at 6:30 here in New York. And today I had a keynote and two workshops that I delivered for clients. And so, and I started at 8. So I've been on my feet almost all day delivering all this stuff. And so
But you
finally,
still have the energy.
I said, we're doing a chat. Anyway,
Yes.
that you'd be sitting. I said, so I'm just going to sit. Like I had my whole studio set up to go to stand, and I said, I'm just going to sit down and have a chat with Angie. And so that's what I'm doing. That,
Oh
so
my
I'm not.
gosh. Well, actually, but when you are so passionate about something, you could be laying on the bed and you still transmit, this energy because it's really what you love to do and what you want to share with someone else. So I appreciate the fact that you may be tired, but it's really, I mean, I can see it. It's fire. I mean, it's like you want to get all like to get over the screen and maybe be somewhere else. But thank you so much for it. And you're right. I mean, something that caught my attention is that on your book you were talking about freelancing, consultant, the gig economy, something that in our culture, like Latin America culture, we must have a dependent worker contract in order for us to call it a job.
Yeah.
So even for my family members, my cousins and my family say, okay, Angie's not working. Why? Because I have a company, I manage. That means I'm working. I don't need to be a dependent co-work. I mean,
Yeah.
worker to be acknowledged by someone else that I have a true job. I mean,
Right.
it's hard to break those barriers. Like they are here.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of those weird walls that have been put up and these weird rules, they're going to go away now that really the human assets in companies are really, they're the people with the power right now. Right. There's a war for talent. People have realized in COVID, you know what? Like I need to make some good decisions for me, and I need to be able to have a work and life that work together. And so I think a lot of these weird, kind of archaic rules, and it takes a long time for business to catch up to where we're living. Like right now, for example, in Europe, they take off the month of August. You know why they take off the month of August? Because in the Industrial Revolution, more than 100 years ago, they had to close the factories because you couldn't
And
just
they
have some people there and some people
like
not there.
they've
And
done it like
never
that,
stopped.
right?
They're not building, they're not making anything there anymore.
No, no.
But
And they
it
actually
takes a
do
long
take the
time.
entire month off. Yes.
Yeah, and so what I'm thinking is in the Latinx culture, they just haven't caught up to the fact that the gig economy is real, and it's part of how that there are no set, either you're an entrepreneur or you're an employee in an organization. It's all fluid today, and we can go back and forth among those things. So yeah, it'll just take time for
Yeah.
things to catch up.
Yes, but your book, it's like, giving you the answers to the future. So we should take those answers and say, okay, we need to do something about it. I mean, it's not that you don't know. Now you must do something about it. So there's no
Yeah.
excuse. So it's not like Angie's telling you what to do. No, 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 no. It's William Arruda telling you what to do. And he wrote that back up before COVID, and it's very important. And something that I usually tell, well, my father, for example, he says, not everyone can be entrepreneur. Not everyone has the willing to be an independent person. I said, maybe, but they at least can try. Maybe I have worked as a dependent worker all my life and think, like so many things happen as a dependent worker. And then all of a sudden, here I am. But I guess if people are dependent worker, they can work on that, their personal branding, because you never know. And COVID had taught us that all of a sudden we can lose our job. And as I said, HR usually are the first one to be hired and the last one to be fired, because they need to contract people and they need to lay off people. So, but who's taking care of them? So that's why I always
Yeah.
say that we deliver services and we can do it all around the world. So we just need a fact that we cannot be afraid that we have the capability to do it. I guess it's about believing in ourselves, right?
Absolutely. And you know what? I think we have a lot more. We put up all kinds of fake rules to stop us from doing stuff. And literally, well, I can't do that, or I don't have this degree, or I don't have this title, or I've never done this thing before. Whatever, the countless walls that we put up. What I've and so I work with a lot of HR people because the people who hire me to do my
Right.
my programs in companies are learning and development or other HR people, and and you know what, every one of them has a brand that's worthy of remark. Every person I've met, they're interesting, they're fascinating, they have something unique and valuable to offer. The first step in that is for them to understand and believe it and know what it is, and then the second step is to make it visible to the people who are making decisions about them, so that you can control your career that way. And I think the power of personal branding is when you're being your authentic self and you're delivering value regularly. Your community of people who know who you are grows, you build fans, and ultimately you build those fans become promoters. They become your full-time sales force, telling the rest of the world how great you are and what makes you amazing. And that's when opportunities start to come to you. And I think that's the magic that happens. And it only happens when you're clear about, who you are and what makes you great. You're consistent. You always are delivering the same thing, and that you're constantly visible to the people who are making decisions about you. As you know, those are the 3 C's of branding.
The
So
three C's.
yeah. Angie, I know you know
Well,
all
what?
my stuff.
No. I still have to learn so much from you. I know it's like just maybe it's easy for you to say it. It's easy for me now that I'm on the other side of on the dark side also, but I guess we all need to, we have the curiosity to learn and to be, but they don't do it. So what do you suggest for them to do? Let's say they're HR managers right now. They don't want to leave their job, but they want to start building their own personal branding without giving the as you said, the wrong signal that they're looking for a job. No, they just want to provide value. So what would you suggest them to do, like the first thing that they need to do?
The first thing is really to figure out what your brand is, right?
Okay.
And so go through, the 6 drivers of personal branding are your values, your passions, your superpowers, your differentiators, your goals, and your value and your purpose. And those 6 drivers, if you get clear about who you are, right, and what those drivers are, and then you think about what your goal is, because even though branding is based on authenticity, there's an aspirational element. So what do you want to do next? It could be, I just want to do more of what I'm doing. I want to do it in a bigger way, whatever it is. And if you know that, then you can define your brand, and you can communicate it. The second thing you want to do is know your audience. So to reach
The
that
audience.
aspirational role, what is it you need to do to get there? Like what are the steps to get there, and who are the people you need to influence? Because that becomes the group of people that you want to be visible to all the time, right? So know yourself, know your audience, right? And then get out there and start sharing things of value that you're passionate about, that you care about, right? My topic is personal branding, authentic personal branding, and that's what I share every single day. Whatever your topic is, whatever if you're passionate about what's happening with the Great Resignation, or you're passionate about engagement or retention, or bringing people in to an organization, or teamwork or collaboration or leadership, or whatever your thing is, just know your point of view and then start to share it. And it's
Wow.
really, it builds over time.
And it does take time. It doesn't happen overnight. However, wait, I'm sorry. Is that my Chihuahua almost bites my daughter? So I'm like, that never
Wow, you got a
happened
lot
to
of
me
stuff
before.
going on there, Angie.
No, don't worry, Emma. Okay, but my gosh, I'm so sorry, William. But anyways, it is hard to find that out, but it takes time. Maybe what I did, it worked for me. I had a cup of wine, red wine. I was just listening to music and stuff like that, and it really helped me. Look who she is here,
Oh, do we have a guest
Emma. Say
star?
hi.
I didn't know we were going to have a
Yes,
guest. Oh,
she's the main and the what do you say, the protagonista, the main star. Well, well,
yeah,
she's like everything.
yeah. I can
Not the
tell.
supporting act. I'm the supporting actress, and she's like
Yeah,
the main
she runs
star.
the show. I get it.
Yes.
I get it.
So it is.
See, by the
It
way,
is.
this is
It is.
another example of what's happening now, right? What the walls are coming down of all this weird business stuff. We are now, like, we know everyone's kids and their dogs, and we know when the FedEx person comes to the door because we're in the middle of meetings, and this is part of this. There used to be a real separation between work and life, and when you walked in the door of the office, you became a little bit somebody else. Now we're forced, thankfully, to be more human and more ourselves, and I think that's an opportunity. It's exciting for
And
me.
to tell you the truth, I was ashamed about, I mean, embarrassed when I started teaching online before COVID. It was very strange because my dog started barking, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm delivering a service. Oh my gosh, stop barking. I was ashamed embarrassed about that, and now I feel comfortable because everyone else feels comfortable, and I shouldn't wait for that to happen. And I regret the fact that I felt that way back then, but now I'm aware that I did, and I'm not gonna let that happen anymore. But it was really because working from your home, really teaching from your home, can you just get an office? I mean, they never said that, but in my mind,
Yeah.
those questions were here, and that was driving me crazy back then. Anyways, now I have a small office in the corner of my room, so so I'm doing, and I like it because I can see my daughter, I can see my dog, so everything, and my husband is on the other room, so I'm fine. So, anyways, William, thank you so much for your time. I know you have to go, you have to run. Um, can you please tell HR professionals how important it is to take charge, be in charge of your personal brand, because they are capable to deliver that service not only to one company but to many other companies, and they can become independent and dependent, or maybe decided to be a consultant.
Right.
I mean, what do they need to do in order to really believe in that and to just start building that brand? That's why it's very important.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing that everyone needs to know. This is it. There are lots of people who do what we do, right? When I started in personal branding, it was just me. Now there are thousands of people doing personal branding. I certified, as you know, 1,000 people in my own
Of
methodology.
course, of course.
So, right, except for the Queen of England, who's the only person with there's only one person for that job, that we pretty much have a lot of other people who can do what we do. If we want to succeed and get whatever it is we want out of work, we need to be willing to do the things that help us stand out. Otherwise, we're just a number in a sea of people. And when you do stand out, you know what happens? So it's a little scary, it makes you a little vulnerable because you're standing out. But
It does.
people see you and you start to create connections, and those connections turn into opportunities, and opportunities are what you need to be able to move yourself wherever it is you want to go. So I think just having a strong, authentic brand is, first of all, it's a reminder every day of who you are and what makes you great. But secondly, it's the path to being able to stand out and get what you want in your career. And we work really hard, right? So we should get what we want in our career, and creating that visibility and starting to create connections. You're a great connector, Angie. Lots of people. That's what starts to create. It's like a snowball rolling downhill, and voila! Over time, you don't realize how you have 10,000 LinkedIn followers or whatever. And it happens slowly. Just be, you know
Yes.
what, a little step every day, and poof, you're there. I always say, on the way to your goals, you walk many milestones.
Yes, totally true. And LinkedIn, and it doesn't mean that followers are I mean that you need to look for followers, but you need to look for quality followers.
Yeah,
Not the
you need to.
quantity is what matters.
It's not quantity. Personal branding is not about being famous. It's about being selectively famous. So just the people who need to know
Selective.
you, those are the people you want to connect with. Yeah,
Of
and
course.
and if other people
Yes.
connect with you, that's great. It's great to have a diverse network as well. Yeah.
Yes, and LinkedIn is a great tool for us to do whatever we want to do and just take care of our brand and be, and really take care of it, because it's very delicate, it's very sensitive, and
Oh, I think I lost you, Angie. Something's telling me that maybe one of your family members has disconnected us. Okay. I have no idea if you can all hear me or if Angie can. I am going to say so long to all of you. I wish you the best. I'm a big fan of people in HR, and I think you're doing really great work, and you have the most important role in organizations. So remember that, and I hope to connect someday. And so with
yes.
that, I will say, oh, you're back.
I'm so sorry. Oh my God, everything had happened with you today.
No,
I mean,
no worries at all. You know what? I was saying a quick. I didn't even know if we were still live. I was just saying a quick goodbye to
oh,
everyone,
thank you so
and
much. And
all the
please, can I take a picture with you and my daughter? I know. Come on, baby. Come on.
come on. Let's get the whole. Yeah.
Well, no, the Chihuahua, she won't come. Molly, she won't come. But I believe me, I really admire. I mean, you are my who gave me this power to encourage myself, to believe in myself, to build my brand, to do what I'm doing now. And I believe me, you don't know what impact you're making in my life. So I'm very, very thankful to have you here. Say cheese. Yay. Thank you so much, William, from the
Okay.
bottom of
Thank
my
you.
heart.
Bye, everyone. Take
Bye.
care.
Take care. Bye bye.
Ciao.